Hello, friends and strangers on the internet. Welcome back to my channel. Hello and welcome back. Today we're back with another Patreon request, and I'm trying not to be too enthusiastic like I usually am because we're checking out another song by Bright Eyes, and my experience thus far has been that Bright Eyes has not been the most cheerful of artists. It just is what it is. I do want to give a special thank you to the Patreon member who has been requesting these several Bright Eyes songs. I do appreciate you. I feel like I missed an opportunity. How long was it ago? 10 years ago? 15 years ago? I don't know. I lose track. What, 20 years ago? Oh my God, time flies. But I missed my opportunity 20 years ago to check out this band during a time in my life. I think I would have really appreciated them. So it's nice to be able to kind of relive that. So thank you very much, specifically to you. Thank you so much for that. Which song are we checking out today? We're checking out the song Lime Tree, and it's from a different album than the other ones I had been listening to, but I'm curious if it's somehow related to the other two I've listened to. I'm not sure, but the other two were somehow related. I wonder if this one is as well. We're going to find out together, I hope. Anyway, before we jump into it, let's give a big thank you to all of my viewers and supporters. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for spending time with me and helping me discover amazing music. And I really hope I'm helping you discover amazing music as well. There are a few people who have discovered some really amazing bands on my channel, and I just think that's really cool that I can do that. We could share that together, and I love that. Thank you so much for being here. Let's jump into this. Alrighty, tidy, lefty and righty. Once again, we are checking out the song Lime Tree by the band or artist Bright Eyes. I'm not sure how many people are in this group. Is it just Connor Oberst on his own? I'm not sure. I've never taken the time to find out. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. I would appreciate it. But I'm just going to refer to them as an artist until I know for sure. The artist Bright Eyes. This is going to be another audio only listening, so let's get comfy, let's get cozy. I refilled my coffee, so let's enjoy this as best as we can. I'm sure it's going to be sad. Let's go. I feel like I hear like bluegrass country elements in this guy's music. I like it.
Keep floating down the river, but the ocean never comes. And since the operation, I heard you're breathing just for one. Now everything's imaginary, especially what you love. You left another message, said it's done. It's done.
Okay. Here I was thinking it was like maybe a miscarriage or something, but maybe this was an intentional situation where they are no longer eating for two. Okay. That's sad. In its own way, that's pretty sad. Okay, let's keep listening.
It's done. When I hear beautiful music, it's always from another time. Old friends I never visit, well, I remember what they're like. Standing on a doorstep full of nervous butterflies, waiting to be asked to come inside. Just come inside. But I keep going out, and I can't sleep next to a stranger when I'm coming down. It's 8 a.m., my heart's beating too loud. Too loud. Don't be so amazing. or I'll miss you too much. I felt something that I had never touched.
So this sounds like the end of a relationship that got close enough that she's no longer eating for two, breathing for two. I'm not sure which one he said, but man, that's a pretty extra big heartbreak there. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and read over the lyrics just to be sure. But I feel like I'm catching the drift of the story this time around. Wow. Very sad. Definitely very sad. Um, I just need a moment to process it. Sorry. Like, I don't know if this counts as reacting. I just need like a moment to process what's happening. This is a very sad story so far. My goodness. All right, let's keep listening. By the way, I like how this basically feels like a diary entry. Like somebody just wrote poetry about their day and was like, yep, I'm going to put this to music now. And that's what it feels like. And I like it. It's kind of nice. I think I've mentioned that before with this artist is that it feels like reading someone's diary. You only get certain bits of context, but just enough to string the story together. And I like it. Let's keep listening.
I felt something that I had never touched. Everything gets smaller now the further that I go towards the mouth and the reunion of the known and the unknown. Consider yourself lucky if you think of it as home. You can move mountains with your misery if you don't. Well, if you don't. It comes to me in fragments, even though still split in two. Under the eaves of that old lime tree, I stood examining the fruit. Some were ripe and some were rotten. I felt nauseous with the truth. There will never be a time more opportune. So I just won't be late. The window closes, shock rolls over in a tidal wave, and all the color drains out of the frame.
That was wild. The way the strings were all like soft and soothing, and then like he said, the color drained out and they got a little bit dissonant there and almost spooky for a moment, then went back to being really soft. Like that was wild. I want to hear that again.
Won't be late. The window closes, shock rolls over in a tidal wave, and all the color drains out of the frame. So pleased with a daydream that now living's no good. I took off my shoes and walked into the woods. I felt lost and found with every step I took.
Okay, things got really metaphorical in the second half. I definitely need to read over the lyrics a bit. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to take a moment to read over the lyrics. The beginning of the song was kind of straightforward. It sounded like there was, I assumed it was a miscarriage, but it sounds like it might have been more of like an abortion situation. Just that's just what it sounds like. I'm making assumptions. I'll need to gloss over the lyrics to be sure. And then it sounds like there's still some sort of relationship going on between these two people who had this happen between them, and that's all I got. Like after that, he started talking about the lime tree that I'm assuming the song is named after, and he mentioned ripe fruit and rotten fruit. I feel like that's very metaphorical, and I'm sure it'll make sense when I read over the lyrics. But yeah, man, this guy uses a lot of poetic tools. I guess I don't know the right techniques. There we go. A lot of very poetic techniques in his writing. It's very, very head scratchery. It makes me think. It makes me think. I like it. I like it. It makes me think. It makes me feel. But I don't. It's not. It's not something I can grasp right away. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna pause, read over some lyrics, come back with my final thoughts. Be right back. Poof, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. Okay, so I was a little bit mistaken. I thought that maybe the relationship was continuing, but I must have misheard or misunderstood because I heard the part of the song where he was waiting to be asked to be invited inside, but then he says, "But I keep going out. I can't sleep next to a stranger when I'm coming down," which, I mean, coming down to usually like a come down from like drugs or a high happy feeling, right? So like it's like he can't go back to being with her anymore, I guess. I'm making a lot of assumptions here, but it feels like the end of a relationship, a really big one, a really impactful one, given the circumstances of a potential child here. And then I guess the feeling of moving away from it. And the bit with the lime tree, I wonder if that's supposed to represent, because he says like there will never be a time more opportune. So when he's talking about ripe and rotten fruit, is he talking about like the right time to eat the fruit, like metaphorically speaking, like it's like I guess it's kind of a cliche, but like there's a cliche when it comes to relationships where it's like right person, wrong time. Maybe that's what the song is about, or maybe wrong person, right time. Like this could have been great if this was the right person. I don't know, but that's the vibe I'm getting basically. I'm getting the vibe that it's one of those two. It's either right person, wrong time or wrong person, right time. I feel like that's the thing here. I think that's the thing. And I feel like I would understand it more if I understand this artist more. It feels like I feel like this artist makes a lot of references to previous works. And it's like, if you're not a fan, you're not going to get the full picture, which is fine. I think that's really cool, actually. But I feel like I'm not able to fully appreciate it because I haven't, like, gone through the journey with this artist, listening to all of his music in order to piece all these puzzle pieces of his diary entries together in order to make a full picture of a story of his life. You know what I mean? I'm getting like bits and pieces here and there, which is fun. It's adventurous, but I'm not grasping it all. I'm not fully appreciating it all. But it's a cool concept. I like it. I really like it. Diary entries through songs. I don't know. I don't know if that's the vibe he's going for, but that's what it feels like to me. And I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. Really fascinating artist. Real. I can see why people like him so much. I've come across a few fans who just really love this artist, and I think I can see why. It feels very intimate, almost parasocial, but in a completely different way than like following someone on social media does. I don't know. I feel like I'm yapping now, but thank you everyone who's made it this far in the video. I appreciate that. I liked this song in particular because it felt a lot like a movie soundtrack with the violins moving. It kind of felt like an old film where like the violins would pick up at certain points and then get a little dissonant when things got a little sad, and it felt like that's what was happening in the song. It felt like an old black and white movie. Don't know why. The song felt like an old black and white movie about a failed relationship and all the drama that ensues between the two parties. That's what it felt like, and I liked it. I liked that a lot. Okay, I think I've been repeating myself, so I'm gonna stop yapping. Thank you once again, everyone who's made it this far in the video. I do appreciate you spending this time with me. If you want to check out more from Bright Eyes, click that link in my description. It'll take you to the video slash audio song we just listened to together. It is on the Bright Eyes official channel. You can check out more of this artist's music from there. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.